2 concepts for success for you for today. What do you think? Should we start? I think we should. All right. So first of all, the bad news. Let's start with the bad news about success. The bad news about success is, and of course there are good news as well, not just bad, but the bad news about success is that it's not just up to you. Success is one of the only things that require cooperation, and hence required cooperation. Like, cooperation is attached with success. You need other people in order to become successful. You need other people to cooperate with you in order to become successful. Even if you are a solopreneur and you have one-man business, okay? Even if that's the case, all right? You still need other people to cooperate with you, other people to buy your product, right? Other people to help you make that product, right? Other people to watch your videos, right? Even if you are an employee, you need someone to employ you to get you to the job, right? You need to talk with other people over the phone, try to make some things together. Success is always about cooperation. Cooperation is attached to success. And that's bad news because it's not just about you. And we always think it's just about us. And some of it is, because in order to reach cooperation, we need to master one skill. And the higher level you have in this skill will eventually lead you to better cooperation and therefore to better success. You see, the most successful people on the planet have this skill. And this is a skill to master. And this is an endless journey of learning, right? But this is a skill that I realized how important that is for my success. And it doesn't matter if I'm talking with the realtors, if I talk with you guys, if I talk with my clients, if I talk with my moms and pops, you know, with everyone. It's very important. And this skill is communication. Human communication is the highest paying skill we have on planet. And if you think about Elon Musk, he have amazing communication skills. Even though it seems like it doesn't really, right? He's not top notch, but he have amazing communication skill. Articulation. He's able to show other people his dreams, right? And you can imagine every single person over there. Doesn't matter the names. You can look at your class, right? When you have back then in high school and try to understand like, oh, those guys were amazing because they had amazing communication skills. Which leads us, right, to the conclusion that while communication is not associated 100% with success, right? It's not. You can be an amazing communicator, but not be super successful or whatever. And don't worry, don't skip it just yet, because I'm going to explain those, quotation marks I'm doing, because successful is a tricky term to use. But communication doesn't lead you to being successful. You need other stuff. But cooperation definitely leads you to be successful. If you are able to make other people cooperate with you, that's 100%. This is a successful person. And communication can help you. Communication skills can help you get better cooperation, therefore be more successful. And that's the bad news. The bad news is that you need other people. You cannot do this by yourself. The good news, are you ready? I don't know. The good news, you see, there's also good news. The good news is that almost everything else other than success is about you. Happiness, growth, feeling satisfaction, all of those are actually in your body. These are emotions that you can feel in your body. And it's all about what you're focusing on. It's all about how you project your physics in the world. How do you walk the world? What are your beliefs about the world, right? Imagine one person is walking the earth thinking life is a dance. And the other person is walking in the world is like, life is only interests, you know? Other people, what they want from me, what I want from them, all right? What is life, right? Life is war. It's completely different than life is a music festival, right? It's completely different approaches that leads to different physics, that leads to different focus, leads to different language, therefore leads to different emotions. And this whole part, by the way, I learned from an amazing coach, you probably know him, Tony Robbins, which have a lot of influence on me. And I highly suggest you to get in touch with some of his content, because I think it's very good. Inner peace is also an emotion. And it's something you can feel right now, if you want to. If you allow yourself to feel that, you will feel that. If you allow yourself to breathe, like a man who has his inner peace, you know, if you allow your eyebrows to relax, your shoulders to relax, you will feel that inner peace. You can decide to feel that inner peace today. It's your decision. And you know, when we are driving the car, you know, and someone is cutting us in the lane, you know, cutting towards our lane, and we are like, ah. And then what's happened? He pisses me off. No. It didn't piss you off. You decided to get pissed off from his behavior. That's it. That's it. It's your decision. Because it's not like every human being living would have been pissed off. Some human beings, believe it or not, will not. It's a matter of decision, and it's a matter of perspective. And that's the good news. You see, success is only this, but your life is a rainbow bigger than just this. And most of the other stuff in life, you have 100% control of. Who you're talking to, what kind of stuff you put in your ears, in your brain. What do you eat, right? What do you say? Eventually also, how do you feel? You cannot really control your emotions, but you can control your body, you can control your breathing, and therefore feel certain emotions. So it's not like you control emotions like this, right? But you can control your body, you can control what you focus on, you can control your language, and therefore lead to better emotions. And that's the good news. But I promised you today 2 concepts for success. Because the good news is about, like, even if you don't have success, so-called, right? You still have plenty. You still have abundantly amazing emotions to feel. You don't really have to have success in order to feel accomplished. You can feel accomplished right now. And that's a great news. So you don't need other people's cooperation in order to feel certain things. You can feel those things right now. You don't need cooperation to be satisfied with the way everything here is happening. You can be satisfied right now. And that's great news. But I promised you 2 concepts for success. And those took me a while to realize. Every year, I need to file in my real estate business, I need to file annual tax reports. And when I started, I had only 1 LLC and it was nice. But now I have like 9. and it's not nice anymore. 2024 tax reports we just worked on took me so much effort. And these exact type of efforts caused me to let go of my previous businesses before I started doing real estate. What I haven't realized back then, but I now do, is that the creative process of being an entrepreneur, the creative process of building a business is creating systems. So if something is repetitive and I need to do that every year, or I need to do that every week, or I need to do that every month, this is exactly something I need to be creative and to try to capture and to delegate to someone else. Whether if it's automation I need to create, whether if people I need to hire, but I need to capture what needs to be done and exactly how to do what needs to be done in a zero mistake type of way, kind of way, in order to delegate to someone else. Because when you delegate it to someone or something else, it has to be 100% clear what you're trying to ask them for. And before I had so many difficulties with this because I told you what to do, why you haven't done it, right? This is what I used to say to my employees. I used to get, I used to fire them because I felt like they don't do their job. But now I realize that in fact, it was me. I haven't done my part. I didn't give them clear instructions. And systems is all about clear instructions. Exactly what to do, step by step. And now I have a system of creating systems. I capture myself in videos like this, doing the tasks, commentary on what exactly I'm doing, transcribe it, get it to the AI, write the SOP, edit the SOP, and then I give it to my employees. And it works great. So while I cannot delegate everything I do, like those 20% I still need to do, because I haven't created the processes yet. I don't have clarity of how to do that. For example, those YouTube videos now, I don't really know how to delegate them because I'm in a process of realizing exactly how I'm capturing them, editing them, publishing them, okay? So I'm in the process. So 20% I still do. But those 80% that I can and I know exactly how to do and what needs to be done, these I can delegate. These I need to delegate. So this is bullet number 1 for you towards your success. Create systems. Think about system all day long. Systems is businesses. All right, second point. You ready? Let's talk about this quotation marks I put in towards success. Because think about Pablo Picasso, a very successful artist. When you ask someone on the street about Pablo Picasso, the artist, the painter, they will tell you, oh, he's amazing. Why they say that? He's amazing. Why? Well, they say that because of his paintings. They don't really know Pablo Picasso as a person, nor do I, nor do you, but they know his paintings. And they maybe don't even know the paintings. They just know that he's super famous for his paintings, and each and every paint he made worth millions of dollars. And this is why in society mind, Pablo Picasso is amazing. Not because of the person, but because of his achievements. Not because of the person, but because of his results. It's not the man, it's the paintings, his creations, and how much they perceived value in society is. Now, that's a shame. That's a shame that we do that, but this is what we do. This is how society measures other people, by results. Because results, it's all that society really have, if you think about it. Right? All we have of Picasso, because we don't know the man, is his drawings and his paintings, his results, his creations. This is all we have from him. And Pablo Picasso was able to achieve very high level of cooperation. Amazing, tremendous amount of cooperation. All right, this is Picasso. But when I'm talking about myself, I don't measure myself based on results. Society and you guys will do that. Based on how many properties I sold, how many money I made, what type of deals I created, how many followers I have, how many likes, how many views, all these results, you will judge me on this because this is all you have. But for me, I don't have it. And my second point is about this, exactly about this. I cannot measure myself based on results. Because, or not just about results, because I have far bigger context about me. I know me since day one. I know me last year, I know me 10 years ago, and I know myself 28 years ago when I was born. You see, I know myself way better than any other results. So I can measure how many views, how many likes, right? But I cannot let those results define who I am in my eyes. While I do that with Picasso, because I don't know the man, with me, I cannot do that. Because with me, I know way more. And if I let the results define who I am for me, you know what, where it leads me? Dissatisfaction. Why? Because when I let results define who I am, all I'm focusing on is other people and their results. And then I compare their results to my results, but I don't really know the whole context with them. I don't know what they have been through, how many failures. All I see is the results, their results. But with me, I know everything. I know the whole story. I know the whole context. How can I compare to other results? And comparing is the thief of joy, right? Gratitude is the most amazing feeling of joy, and comparing is the thief of joy. This is what will take joy away from you. What I want you to take is point number 2 for success. Obviously, there are much more, but today we're going to talk about 2. Point number 2 for success is constant improvement. I don't judge myself based on my results, but I do judge myself based on my improvement. Not results, not how many likes, views, money, numbers, right? It's the easiest way to judge or to get perspective of results. It's numbers, right? Likes, views, money. I don't judge myself based on that. These are indicators for my business, which is important, but more important, or most importantly, is my personal improvements. My videos are not perfect, but they are better than they used to be. My business is not perfect, but it's better than it used to be. I'm not the perfect CEO or founder, but I'm better than I used to be. And if I will continue to improve and improve and improve, well, in 20 years, what's going to happen? In 10 years, what's going to happen? In 5 years, what's going to happen? Constant improvement instead of measuring results. That's the key. Not constant improvement of the results. No, because I have all the context. I don't need results to know I'm improving. I don't need results to know my videos are better. Because I remember my previous videos. I remember the way I used to run my business previously, because I have the whole context. I remember how I felt. I remember how was I walking in earth. I remember all of that. And I know I'm better today than I used to be. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Not the results, the way I feel, the way I operate, my systems, everything is better today than it used to be, right? 2 points for you today. Create systems, which is the creative process of being a businessman. Point number 2, constant improvement. I hope you like it. Have a good one. Really, have a good one.